Right away. Food not bombs.
All of them? I've been getting free bagels all week. Everywhere I go, people give me bagels. Everyone, everywhere.
Well, they want you fat.
It's really good.
I like it all.
Yeah, I like it.
I like bagels too.
They're all free.
It's a good life. Oh yeah, raelinda. Yeah. There's two. Right. Boy. Raelinda wood. Whoa.
Okay. Yes, I'm back from vacation.
Nice hands.
I had a great time. I wrote 4 stories and I'm going to do one tonight. I picked one of the funnier ones. And by the way, thank everybody for staying so late. This story is called No Nightlife on Mars. Well, it all started the last time I went to the moon. I was going up for the weekend, and usually I would avoid such an extravagance except I have a bad back, and I did something that really messed it up, and the nurse doc prescribed that 3 days of lunar gravity would be just the ticket to help my recovery, which meant my insurance was going to pay for half the trip. So Friday afternoon, I boarded the trunk first to lunar shuttle and found an empty row in the back and sat down. Now, I was taking a soft G flight, which is softer acceleration, especially during liftoff, so that it wouldn't hurt my back. And usually, the sort of people who take such a flight would be senior citizens, very young children, or pregnant women. But the guy walking down the aisle was none of the above. Holy holographic Playgirl centerfold. What a delectable hunk of babe. This guy looked like a Malibu beach god. Now, I'm not a religious woman, but right then and there I started praying. Please let him sit near me, please let him sit near me, please. But, just like I figured, religion is a load of bunk. Since the guy walked right by me and sat down 2 rows back. Well, at least I get the road myself, I said, but of course somebody else sat next to me. Now, I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I've got an invisible sign on my forehead that says sucker or something, but the weirdos always come up to me. And this guy, well, half his hair was blonde and the other half was paisley. But that was nothing because he must have been heavy into cosmetic surgery because half of his face was African and the other half was Norwegian. And if that wasn't enough, he had touch-tone teeth and an AT&T receiver in his tongue. A tongue which had little vestigial fingers growing out of it. Well, I thought, maybe he won't talk to me. He turned to me and smiled, kind of a disturbing smile, and he said, so, going to the moon? Well, by this point the shuttle had taken off, and we were heading straight for the moon. But half and half seemed to expect a response, so I said, yes, I am going to the moon. Half and half smiled knowingly, or at least half of them did. I was beginning to realize that he'd had one of those trendy split brain operations, because while the African half was always looking right at me, the Norwegian half kind of looked unfocused, and his eye kept wandering back and forth and back and forth. Funny place, the moon, he said. Yes, I said, it's a funny place. Strange things happen on the moon. I'm sure they do, I said. Would you like to know what happened to me the last time I was on the moon? Oh, why don't you tell me? Half and half looked up and down the aisle as if expecting somebody to be listening. Then he said, I saw a Martian. A Martian on the moon. Wouldn't a Martian be on Mars? Usually, but this Martian was on the moon. Well, how did you know it was a Martian? He told me. He told you. In plain Esperanto, I suppose? No, he's a Martian. He told me telepathically. Oh, telepathically, I see. And, what did the Martian have to say? Well, he's very sad. I'm his only friend, and he's very unhappy about all the humans going up to the moon. But I'm his friend, so I'm going to do what he told me to do. Well, that's very nice of you, and what did the Martian tell you to do? Half and half grinned with both halves this time. He told me to blow up the shuttle. Oh, but that's impossible, of course, because you couldn't even get a cigarette lighter through customs. Oh, that was no problem, because the Martian showed me how to make a cloaking device for the bomb. I suddenly became aware of a little black canvas bag strapped underneath his seat. Would you like to see the bomb, he said? I realized that I'd been holding my breath and tensing my back. Oh, this guy actually had me going for a minute. He belonged on the road. He was a Looney Tune. I figured, better humor him. So I said, sure. Half and half smiled happily. The Martian wants me to blow up all shuttles going to the moon. This one's going to be my first. And he reached down and unzipped the bag. Green light spilled out of it. Now, I don't know too much about what an explosive device is supposed to look like, but whatever it was that was ticking away in that bag, it didn't look like something you'd let through customs. It even had a big black button. Half and half started rubbing it and going, heh, 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 I love blowing up people. Wait a minute. Is that real? I mean, is that really real? Heh, 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 big explosion. Everybody blow up. Wait a minute. Don't blow us up. If you blow us up, you'll blow up. Nope. The Martian said, I'll be protected. He said, I won't be affected by the blast. Well, but wait a minute. If you blow us up, you'll be left stranded alone in space. Nope. Again, the Martian will be with me. And he pointed behind us, right to the Malibu beach babe. Greetings, Earthling, said the Malibu beach babe. His lips didn't move. A Martian. I lunged for the emergency call button, but I couldn't move. I mean, I could move if I would only try just one little bit more, but somehow I couldn't try that one little bit more. Oh, please, I said. Why are you doing this? Because, said the Martian, I'm lonely. I want some new friends. Well, listen, I'm not a social expert, but blowing people up, that's not the best way. Hold on, said the Martian. Blowing people up? This is very difficult. I'm trying to communicate with you through the mind of the Two Thoughts man. But it's very difficult. I have to communicate through the way he looks at things. And all he thinks about is blowing people up. That's not what I want to do. That's not the right word. But he's got a bomb, I said. Bomb. No, wait, that's not quite right. There's going to be an explosion. No, an explosion going the other way. An implosion? Yes, there's going to be an implosion inside your mind. It's going to turn your mind inside out. Then you'll be telepathic, like me. Oh, well, wait. You just can't turn people telepathic without asking them. Oh, yes, you can, said Half and Half, and he pushed the button. For a second, I thought, it didn't work. But then, my brain imploded. All of a sudden, my thoughts came pouring out. All my thoughts and memories, I had no idea there was so many stuff in there. I mean, it's like when you're moving and you have all your stuff on the floor and you can't believe you've got so much stuff. Thank God, I said, thank God, for autopilot. Then I realized that was the pilot thinking. I could hear her thoughts. I could hear everybody's thoughts. I could hear the thoughts of the 6-month-old fetus in his mother's womb. And the language that kid knew. But little kids are supposed to be sweet and innocent. Sure, we are, said the fetus. Sure, yeah, 3 more months and I'm out of this joint. My baby, I cried. But that wasn't me, that was the mother. Then I was half and half looking around and thinking, an explosive device is a unit which causes a sudden destruction in the atmosphere. But I was also thinking, big bomb, but the two thoughts couldn't meet. And then I was standing on Mars and my back was killing me, and then everything kind of settled. I'm okay. It's like my mind has a natural cohesion. Everything knows its place. It's like I could stretch it out if I wanted to, but I didn't have to. It's like talking. You can, but you don't have to. I peered out of my mind all could see a few thoughts going by.